with Brad Penrith of Iowa and Jim Martin of Penn State as the opening match at 126 pounds. Iowa has 3 wrestlers in the finals. Arizona State has 1, and Iowa must win all of the matches. Arizona State wins. Iowa wins all 3. Arizona State will claim the title. They've never won the NCAA Division I Wrestling Championship before. To the left is Penrith, Martin of Penn State in the blue, and this match is underway. There are 3 periods. Each period, the first one is 3 minutes, and the other 2 are 2 minutes in duration each.
Well, these two have met 3 times during the season. They've each won 1 and they tied. So this is going to prove to be a very interesting match. I look for Penrith. He seems to be hot late in the season here. He beat up on his semifinal opponent, winning 18-2 and earning a technical fall. Martin had a close match, but again, they've each beaten each other this season, so it should prove to be exciting.
Both men are off the mat and will return to the center to continue in this first period of action. 2:31 is the time remaining in this first 3-minute segment. Penrith, Big Ten champion in 86, 87, and 88, and another member of what many consider to be the finest wrestling program in the nation, Iowa University Hawkeyes under Dan Gable. But they might have to take second place before this is all over tonight.
Well, Martin was in the finals last year. He lost to Panamo, who was a 3-time Bloomsburg national champion. So he has finals experience. Penrith knows the situation for Iowa. And in the last meeting, Penrith was the victor.
Martin is a junior. He was the number 2 seed. He's to the right of your screen. And Penrith was the number 1 seed. Jeff, let me ask you this question. With wrestlers this good, having advanced this far now to where they are, one is going to be the champion, these are liable to be very close matches. Not many points scored by either man. Is that a fair assumption?
I would say so. These two have wrestled each other 3 times this year, so they know each other a bit. I'm sure they're going to start out a little bit cautious, and I know Penrith does not want to give anything away. Here he's in on a high crotch attack, and they stalemated. Neither wrestler could improve position. The referee blew the whistle to bring him back up.
Minute 29 is the time remaining in this opening 3-minute period. Remember, a 3-minute period and then 2 2-minute periods comprise the 7-minute match.
And there you see a quick shuck and a double leg tackle by Penrith. That'll earn him a takedown.
Penrith gets 2 points.
Now, in the semifinal match, Penrith threw legs in and used a power half Nelson to turn his opponent. Now, Martin, I think, is an excellent mat wrestler. He's got extremely slippery hips. It's very difficult to control them. And I look for him probably to be able to get away.
That's Martin in the kneeling position. Now, Penrith, with a minute 19 remaining in this opening first 3-minute period, has a 2-0 advantage.
And there you see Penrith right in with the legs and immediately going to the power half. Martin brings him to feet. The referee should blow the whistle here. Potentially dangerous. They let it go. Out of bounds. When you see the referee bring his one hand up behind his head, that indicates a potentially dangerous situation. This is not professional wrestling where the intent to injure your opponent exists. This is amateur wrestling where the safety of your opponent exists. And they do everything they can to keep a wrestler from getting injured.
A minute 5 remaining in the opening 3-minute period. This match between Penrith of Iowa, who's in the riding position, on Martin of Penn State. 2-0. Penrith is leading in the match.
Again, Penrith right to that legs attack. He's unable to be successful with it. Martin's up on his feet. He pretty much negates that attempt. But he's unable to get away, and he'll have to go back down again in the center.
Neither man able to gain any advantage. And Martin, who is in the kneeling position, you see the coaches across the way. Gable.
That's the Iowa coach, of course. And
Rick Lorenzo is the Penn State coach.
That's correct.
Still 2-0, and 47 seconds remain in this first 3-minute period. Martin unable to escape so far.
Well, Martin has hooked Penrith's leg there. If he's able to free his left leg, he's going to be able to turn and face Penrith and possibly get an escape. Penrith's hanging on hard.
Really not giving him much of an out. 21 seconds remain in this initial 3-minute period. 126-pounders.
Something else to consider here is that Penrith is building up riding time. Well, here you can see Martin. He's got a hold of the leg here.
He's very close to an escape, but I don't think he might. Martin is very close to...
And he ran out of time.
Martin was very close to pinning him, wasn't he, Jeff?
He could have gotten a defensive pin. Those are difficult to get, but more importantly, he would be able he want to free himself and get a point for that escape.
It is 2-0 in favor of Penrith. Remember, and we'll be repeating it throughout the course of our telecast, Iowa has 3 men wrestling for individual championship honors tonight, and all 3 must win in order to give the Iowa team an opportunity to win still another NCAA Division I title. The defending champion is Iowa State. They have no chance to repeat. Iowa, under Gable, won 9 in a row, upset a year ago, and now from out of the West, and truly a dark horse, Arizona State with a chance to win their first ever. That's Martin of Penn State now on top of Penrith of Iowa, trying to effect an escape. This is the period of 2 minutes, and they'll go back to the center of the ring. 2-0, Iowa leading. That is, Penrith is leading Martin of Penn State.
Penrith has a minute 4 riding time. If Martin can ride him for at least another 5 seconds, he'll eliminate that riding time. And in fact, right now, there is no riding time. At the end of the match, if you do accumulate a minute or more riding time, you'll earn yourself an extra point. Riding time is when you are in the advantage position.
Again off the mat.
I look for Martin to have to keep Penrith down. He's going to have to keep this match as close as possible. I think Penrith is the better on the feet, the more powerful and the more aggressive.
Martin of Penn State in the riding position. Penrith of Iowa trying to effect an escape.
Penrith tried to switch there. He came up with Martin's leg, and he's trying to put it over the top of his head, initiating an escape, but he's unable to. Martin has put the leg in. He'll start working on Penrith now to try and turn him, get some back points. If there's no improvement of position here, the referee will likely blow his whistle and call a stalemate. In fact, he warned the bottom wrestler for stalling there.
Was he warning Penrith for stalling?
Yes, that's right. The Iowa wrestler was warned for stalling. I think that was a bit premature. Stalling is when you are trying to prevent wrestling in a defensive manner. There again is Gable. I don't think he was too happy with that call. He's telling Penrith to get on out of there. And there's Lorenzo from Penn State. He wants Martin to keep Penrith down. Look for back points.
48 seconds remain in the second period of this opening match.
And again, both legs in.
Martin of Penn State. The wrestler underneath is Penrith of Iowa. He has a 2-0 lead.
As you can see, Martin is extremely good at riding on the mat. I look at Martin to be the better mat wrestler. Whether or not he can turn Penrith, I don't know. But Penrith was able to turn and face.
Almost got an escape. Almost. Penrith.
There's at least one, if not 2. He might get the reversal now.
There it is.
That's a reversal.
All right.
That's worth 2.
So that'll make it 4-0.
And if you're an Iowan right now, you've got to start feeling the surge. You've got to start feeling the surge. They know their wrestlers must win, and there's a strong contingent of Hawkeyes here.
Did you see Gable over there telling the referees that he thought very well the man had a reversal long before, an escape long before the referee called it for him?
Well, what he was looking for is get the escape point and then the takedown point, and that would have made it 5-0. But the referee said he had a hold of the leg the whole time, thus there was no neutral position where both wrestlers are free of each other. Penrith
now in the riding position, and Martin of Penn State, who's trailing 4-0, and that's the end of the second period. Another 2-minute period to finish off this opening championship match in the 126-pound division.
And I believe Martin is going to choose down. What he'll look for is an escape. That way he can earn himself a point, and then he's going to have to talk down. He's going to... Here's a replay of that reversal. As you can see, Penrith has got Martin's leg up in the air. He's going to sit out in front of him and turn to face right there. And as he does so, you can still see him hanging the leg. And that's why he didn't get the escape and then the takedown, just the reversal. And Martin trying a Granby roll, it appeared there, to try and escape, unable to get away. Penrith now is looking for back points. He's going to continue to arch and try to pull Martin's shoulders to the mat, and no improvement of wrestling, and the referee blows a stalemate. They'll start over.
Minute 42 remaining in the third period of this opening match.
More and more now, the officials in wrestling and the Ncaa are trying to establish more activity during the match. We're trying to make it more and more pleasing to the spectator. More and more action, of course, is going to make that more pleasing, and that's exactly what the stalemate situation was created for, to improve the wrestling.
Martin of Penn State trailing 4-0. Penrith of Iowa.
Well, now you have Martin facing, and he's got the reversal.
2 points for Martin. 4-2 with 1:24 remaining in this first match.
Martin has to turn him to his back to win. Even if he rides him out, that 1 point for riding time is only going to make it 4-3. Sooner or later, he's going to have to make a decision here to either let him up and try and take him down, or he's going to have to get risky on top and look for that near fall points.
They're off the mat. 1:11 remaining. Third period of this opening match. And it'll be Martin of Penn State down. And then, no, it's going to be Penrith down and Martin of Penn State in the riding position.
An important thing to remember, Penrith has been warned for stalling. If he gets warned again, he's just been cautioned there for moving too soon. And that's on Penrith. Now, if he moves too quickly again, that's going to cost him a point. If you get called for stalling, that's going to cost him a point, and then that riding time will cause a tie at the end of the match, and it'll go to overtime.
Penrith up out of the bridge position very quickly.
Martin's real tough with those legs. He's able to get those legs in, and he's able to continue to ride Penrith.
55 seconds remaining in period number 3 of this opening match. 4-2, Penrith leading. Martin of Penn State, stalemate apparently, and they'll come back to the center of the mat again with 47 seconds remaining.
Penrith is in the driver's seat here. You see Gable giving Penrith all the encouragement he can to stay offensive. But all Penrith has to do is continue to get to his feet. He doesn't have to really get away because he knows he'll still win.
Penrith is up very quickly.
He just has to keep working to get to his feet. That's his only obligation. As long as he doesn't go to his back and give up back points, he knows he's going to win this. Here he can't be. If he stays on his stomach, he's going to be warned for stalling.
Martin trying to turn him over.
He's getting close. No, nothing. That's 2 back points. The referee has signaled 2 back points. That's going to put Martin in a tie situation 4-4, but now he's got riding time, and in the end, that's going to cost him. And there's only 5 seconds left in the match. Penrith has to get away. If he doesn't, this is going to give Arizona State the championship. And
1, it's over. Penn State is going to win it 5-4 because of riding points. Boy, what a reversal. It looked as though Penrith had it won, and Martin suddenly turned the tables. What an opening match, and what a big win for Penn State and a devastating loss for Iowa. We'll be back with more wrestling right after this.